What's up guys? Before the video starts, I just want to say the player I'm demo reviewing today is Kudos. He's a level 6 on Faceit and he's a recurring student of mine on Metafy. I'll go ahead and link my Metafy down below if you guys want to book a session, and I also stream all my sessions over on my Twitch if you want to go watch them live there. But with that all being said, let's go ahead and get into the review.
The level 6 demo.
Oh my god, your inventory, bro. Oh my god.
We're watching the heavy hitters right now, chat.
And oh my god, dude, your skins. Is that a black pearl? Holy dude.
Okay. Okay. So ladder movement is a thing. I guess your teammate kind of blocked you. When you go up the ladder, though, just like strafe off of it. It looks like you know to do that, but your teammate blocked you, so it made it kind of weird. Just always try and do that. Yeah, so this is one of the reasons why getting a nade on pistol round is generally frowned upon, is because this is one of the only scenarios where you'd get molly nade, right? Because you're trying to deny a door rush or a hut rush. Think of the scenarios of how you would do this. Would you rather molly hut nade door, which as shown is really hard to do, or molly door nade hut? Molly door nade hut probably is going to make more sense. And the reason why is because you can get the door molly off before they run out, and you can get the nade on hut down before they can run out as well. It'll actually pop on them like as they're running out, like as they're like around this area. And how I do this, because I used to do this as one of my, when I used to compete, this was one of the ways that I would start the round at A, is I would molly door, I'd jump down, I'd right click a nade into hut, just like underhand a nade into hut, and then jump top hut and play here. So if they're coming out hut, they're hit by the nade, I hear them get hit by the nade, they're slowed, they're half HP. Everything that goes into nades being good. And the reason why this is one of the only times you would want to buy a nade on pistol round is because you're trying to slow them down on their execute, so you can get better fights and they might block each other and everything. There's very niche scenarios where you get a nade on pistol round, because think of the advantage of a USP or a P2000 over a Glock. It is that the USP or the P2000 is a one-shot headshot potential. So you're going for headshots. So if you nade them down to like 60 HP, 70 HP, awesome. You're aiming for the head anyway. So it doesn't really matter. Yeah, I mean, everything after the nade, it is what it is. That just comes down to like aiming. It's not like a huge thing. And that's just because like after the nade, like you had your chance to fight with your teammates and everything, but like it is hard to get a nade on door. It's a full save, so I'm gonna skip this. You're like trying to find a way to use the nade, but it's super tough to try and use the nade from heaven. Again, so the way that A-Site works would be molly door first, then nade hut. And the reason why the first guy, it's the first guy that mollies door, that's important. The first guy mollies door because the first spawn needs to get the door molly down as quickly as possible to deny the T's if they're doing a door rush or vent drop. So the first guy should always be mollying door. And how you do that is you come out here, and as soon as you come out kind of like wide, I guess, you aim above this, see this line kind of going up and down? You aim at the top of the bridge, aligned with the line, and you just run through right here. And what it will do is it will bounce off of this, it will bounce like here, and it will bounce into the door. So if any opper goes for a door pick, they get mollied. If anyone tries to nade open door and rush door, obviously they're mollied. And yeah, it makes it super tough. And also, if they try to throw a door lurk smoke, if they try and bounce a door lurk smoke off of here, it'll tick on the molly, and it will just pop in door. And they essentially smoke door for you there. Nade is a good idea. Nice. Nice. Good job on switching to the P2000 as well. It's not worth trying to drop smoke when your teammate's fighting. It's not worth trying to reload when your teammate's fighting. Just fight with your teammate until you can't anymore. That was all good. I think going ramp is good because they could be in vent. This is all good. I don't like that you're clearing everything like this, because it's a super low % chance that he's there, and you might as well just be with your teammate. Like, Do we think he's going to be there? Like, it's good to be thorough, but yeah, I think this round was good. And you got the T-Molly as well. The T-Molly is really good. So again, with the mollies, especially because you have the good molly, you want to be mauling door. So that, yeah, takeaway from on Nuke, first player up heaven, always molly's door.
Before we get into the rest of the video, I just want to say I have been using Skins Monkey for a while now, and now that I'm sponsored for them, I'm happy that I can say you guys can go ahead and get money off your first trade if you use my code. Go ahead and check out the ad if you're interested. Have a skin you're getting bored of? Trade it. Want a skin at the lowest price on the market? Buy it. Skins Monkey is the best automated skin trading site with a large selection of skins to choose from and a 24/7 live chat support. You get a 30% deposit bonus, and using code POLO, you can get an extra 5% on top of that. Meaning if you want a skin worth $135 but you only have 100, you can get that skin on Skins Monkey right now. And if you don't have anything to trade, they do free giveaways every day, so everyone has something to gain from using Skins Monkey. Using code POLO, you can also get a $5 bonus on your first trade, so click the link in my description, use code POLO, and make the most of it.
Smoke on hut is very meh, so I'll explain a concept to you on A-Site Nuke. You generally want to keep door smoked. I mean, it's shut right now, so you don't really need to smoke it. The reason why it's good to smoke it if it's blown open is because that means that the T's cut your vent rotate. So you constantly want to keep door smoked so that you have the option to rotate down vent. If you smoke hut, yes, it will deny an A-pop for the next 20 seconds, but if they didn't nade door, do we think they're going to A-pop? No. So it's kind of like it gives you safety for something that probably won't happen, especially if your teammates are getting pressured like this outside. Probably better to just go back towards heaven and help them, right? Come over here and like maybe fight with them because you have a guy red. Oh, wait, this is the thumbnail. This is the thumbnail. Hold on. Oh my God, this looks insane. Sorry, Kudos. I need to do this though. Yeah, because they're heavy outside and your teammates are fighting outside, you should probably just go ahead and try and help them, even if you have a FAMAS, right? Because if they shoot at you, then your M4s can try and take contact next and trade you. Or you can trade them if they're shooting at your teammates, right? Because right now, with so much stuff being thrown outside, right, there are a couple smokes, there are like some flashes, I'm assuming. And if your teammates, I mean, you're queued with 2 other people, so I'm assuming someone was probably calming that they're going outside like this. Yeah, you should probably just be heaven, trying to help your teammates. Because there's not a huge threat that they're going to go A. And this is kind of the playing percentage CS thing. It's like right now you are doing what you think is your job at A, right? I am A with my teammate. My job is A site. But if it's a low % chance they're going to be A, then is your job really to play A site right now? Flash is good. I like that. I used to also do similar stuff. Buddy is AFK. Using this angle to hold ramp is very meh. The reason being is because they can see you from like, I don't know. I don't remember what it is. I think it's actually okay. I think it's this angle. No, this is the good angle. This is the bad angle. So you can't see the top of the doorway because this bar is blocking it, right? Which means that they will actually come up and you guys will see each other at like roughly the same time, or they'll see you sooner, right? So I think they'll see this. What square am I at? I am I'm like 3/4 of the way through the second square. And yeah, so they'll see you before you see them on this angle. So I also like that you're not upgrading your rifle. None of your team is. I mean, I guess there's no reason for them to. Maybe one of them could get an op, but there's no point right now because the other team should be broke. Oh, now you rotate. You jump down too, which is good. Yeah, so you should be trying to calculate in your head. Ah, that's unlucky. You should be trying to calculate in your head, do I have time to rotate? Because the way you rotate here, it looks like you want to fight it initially, and then you flash, and it looks like when you flash, you're like, oh, now I can't fight it. But the situation hasn't really changed. Your ramp player died early. You're either going to have time to rotate in and catch them before they go down ramp, or you're not. Right, so you kind of did like both here. Flashing is eh. It's very because it's like, yeah, you made noise on the ladder anyway. Like, they're probably going to turn from the flash. But, like, it's not delaying them or anything. They're just going to jump down lower. And then you want to make a decision. Do I want to fight this angle? And this fight is generally going to be bad for you because it's kind of a headshot angle for them. And also you can get peeked from up top and bottom, which is what ends up happening to you. Do I want to fight this angle? Or do I want to sit here and just hold? If someone pushes me, I get the kill. If they don't, I have a late flank on ramp. Probably the second option. And it's a little more passive. It's a little more slow, but percentage-wise, it's probably better than trying to take these fights. Even though they're on pistols, it's very eh. And you do get shit on. But, yeah. The AUG. Are you going outside or are you going A? Ooh, that molly's bad. So that molly is going to now pop. It's bouncing off of the door, and it's going to pop, like, over here. They can still peek heaven, still peek A site. Smoke on hut. That's okay. So that's the AUG spray for you. Again, smoke on hut is very meh. If you were going to smoke hut, you want to do it instantly, like, as the molly is up, because you wait for the molly to fade before you throw it. Maybe you thought the molly went into hut and you didn't want to tick on the molly with the smoke and then make the smoke like a lurk smoke, but honestly, this was aim. I feel like you did, I mean, the things you did weren't great, but like you should be getting this kill. What I would change in the future is if you're going to hold hut, don't try and hold it at this angle. I think you've already taken a fight at least once on this angle, or you've been playing around this area for like pretty much the whole game. Try Mustang. Mustang is here when you're looking down on hut. If they do a door pop, a lot of times people will come out and they'll like look at heaven, clear close hut, clear Tetris, and then you can kind of like, you know, catch them off guard. Or you can play, my old team used to call this angle breeze, where you tuck into this corner and you crouch. And on a timing, you just like check hut. Stand up, check hut, crouch. And the reason why you crouch is because if they walk outdoor, they might be able to see you. So you crouch just in case. But yeah, I'd like to see you like switch up how you're playing A, because you just keep denying hut. But you're like using your util to do it when you don't really need to. You kind of just got to hold it. And like think of percentages. They're coming through a doorway that you have an angle on. They're probably not flashing at this elo. Percentage wise, who do you think comes out on top of that? Probably you, like 70 to 80% of the time. I'd rather take that percentage than risk like getting caught with my nades out. Nice. I'm gonna give you a little tip. If you're playing against good players, you're dead, and your teammate's dead. So what should be happening right now is flashes going into mini. What should also be happening is someone rushing hut, smoking the molly, and running out and pathing like this and killing your teammate. If you play against better players, your teammate is dead, and it's your fault because he is top hut holding door. Or yeah, he is top hut holding door. Your silo. This is the scenario where you're denying hut. First guy denies door. Second guy denies hut. So if I was the top hut guy and I died here from hut, which would have been extremely likely if you were playing good players, they would just smoke this molly, run out, and kill your teammate. With mini flashes, so it's not like you could peek out here and help. You'd have to be playing back here. How I would have played this would have been molly, drop down, check, and then swing hut. Because with the check, you're blocking the mini flashes. You drop down, you block the mini flashes, you check. And on the timing when they would be running out hut is when you swing hut. Like right now. Right. And then they're running out hut and you kill them. And what it looks like to them is they smoke the molly, they run out, and then you peek hut late. That's how I deal with A-rushes, but yeah. It's just about like the timing of the rush. Right, because if your top hut guy dies to hut, even though he's the one who's supposed to be denying door and you're the one who's supposed to be denying hut, then like, yeah, I'd be kind of upset. They planted B, so you rotate down vent. This is good. You're fast as well. Don't pull out your molly. This could have gone so badly. This could have gone so badly. When they open double door, especially in a 1v4, he wants to try and isolate as many 1v1s as possible. What's one of the easiest ways to isolate 1v1s on this map? Go vent and hold vent drop. Because you can't double peek this. You're going down a ladder. There's a lot of scenarios here where he would be running at you. So pulling a molly out is a bad idea. I'm going to rewind it and just show you what the timing would look like if he ran at you. He's running, peeking you. It's one guy, you don't need to smoke that. Even if he was there, you don't need to smoke that. It's not worth. It actually might not be the worst thing in the world. Because that smoke is kind of gas, now that I look at it. It gets double and it gets like it smokes it off for you, for like control side, so he has to go control. I guess it's okay. It's okay. Molly on ramp. Ooh. Ooh, big aim. Big aim. Big aim. So I don't know. I wish you were here. I wish I could ask you. I don't know if this is a panic spray or not. Yeah, so don't... I guess the biggest thing, don't stop spraying until you get the kill. Like, yeah, probably should be dead. Probably should be dead. All right, I think you hit him to like 1 HP. But, yeah. Especially... So this is also something with the player models. When they're not looking at you and they're running like this, sideways, because that guy pretty much never turned to look at you. When they're running sideways and everything, definitely don't stop shooting until they die, because it is an awkward like angle to shoot, right? Oh my god, their heads are popping up because of the nade. That's hilarious. But it's always awkward to shoot someone who is like running sideways, because like their head hitbox is not like directly up from their body. It's like now forward and like to the right if they're running this way. So I would just wait until I get the kill to stop shooting. You got a little ahead of yourself there. Denying hut. Again, first guy should probably molly door. Don't think your teammate did. You drop down off the flash, which is good. So this angle is good. This angle is good. I like how you play this. It's your spray. So your spray, it was your spray last round. It was your spray this round. So your spray is the biggest thing. Also, again, I wish I could ask, but I want to know what sensitivity you're on as well. Because it's like your spray is not, you're not pulling down far enough is what I'm seeing. It's not like your directional movement while you're spraying someone is like bad. It's not great, but that's not the issue. It's that you're not pulling down far enough. Last round, the shots you were shooting went over the guy's like back, and then this round they went over his head and to the right. So work on your spray. Definitely. There's 2 kills that you could have in the last 2 rounds that you're not getting. Do you think FAMAS might have been better here? FAMAS and full util? It's kind of 50-50. Kind of 50-50. Also, the decoy doesn't make any sense. So now what we're going to be doing, because there's still one more round after this left in this half, we're going to be looking next round if this decoy that you bought for fun would have changed like a buy in the next round. Oh, walk straight through this. Walk straight through this. Please. So, let's think of the options here. One guy is pressuring ramp. One guy already died ramp. One guy is pressuring towards door. What's going on outside? They threw an outside smoke. Is your teammate getting pressure? If he is, this means you should probably push hut because no one's holding you. The common places people hold hut from is like blacktop. I mean, they could hold it from here, but it's kind of useless because they're not close to trade ramp. And they'll hold it from like here, right? Which means because the smoke you threw is so deep, you could actually walk through this and like flank ramp or whatever, right? Because blacktop won't clear you. Ramp guy will have to be on a wide angle to be able to clear you, and that means that he's not able to help his ramp player. So I'm not like, I mean, pushing percentage-wise, honestly, here would make sense. I don't want to be the one to say it. I don't want to be the one to say walking through a smoke is a good play, because generally it's not. But everything is telling you that it's probably okay to walk through a smoke right now, and you have a big flank. Nice. I don't look how much you're running, though. So I can tell you didn't know that he was outside because the way you're like clearing everything. But so let's think of the options here. If he's door, you're getting shot in the back. If he's back lobby, you're getting shot in the back. If he's ramp, your crosshair placement's here. You're peeking close to the angle, so you're taking all these fights at once instead of like jiggling it out and then taking. Right? If he's here, you die, pretty much. I would like if you get this kill and you just stay in hut and you like jiggle, stay in hut, just chill until you get info on where the last guy is. Because pretty much what you're saying is, I just got a kill. If they're in lobby, it's a 1-for-1. For free, for no reason, because you could just get this kill and fall away. This is also something you'll see pro players do. This is like, I remember when I played with Nifty, there's like a play that I made that I remember he said was like elite level play, and it's essentially just basically what it is when you get a kill, instead of like being like, oh, I'm on a heater, I'm gonna go for more. Even if you are on a heater, percentage wise, is it still good to run at them? No. So if you're on a heater, still play percentages, and your percentages will be better because you're on a heater. And I think Nifty mentioned like a scenario that Elige, he saw like Elige doing a match where he rushed towards ramp and he got a kill right here, and he heard that there was a T right here, right? And Elige had a second player ramp, and instead of Elige trying to take this fight on this guy, he just took his knife out and jumped across to try and get to safety, knowing he has a teammate here ready to like hold his runaway. He ran away and baited the other player into this teammate. When you get to higher levels, this is a pretty normal thing, but super important. And the reason why he didn't take this fight is because he could get away for free. And think of the options we have here. Do I want to get a kill for free and live, or get a kill for free and then give it back? I get that you're trying to like clear these angles. It's just not worth. That's all. Did we leave the headset? Yeah, I'm using earbuds today. Whenever I use my headset, it messes up my hair. It's so precious. This is fine. You're going blacktop. This is good. Good. You could buy a 5.7. This $500 is essentially going to the abyss right now because it's last round and a half. So I'd probably just get a 5.7. Let's go, Mason. Again with the hut molly. First guy should be mauling door. You could also smoke door as well. So another round start that you could do is you could throw the same lineup for the molly, but you throw it with a smoke. You drop, and when you drop off, you throw a flash. Like as you're on top of here, you throw a flash off this wall, and it pops in front of door. And again, because you're throwing the same lineup as the molly, the smoke goes into door. The flash pops in front of door, and then you can swing like this. You smoke, you flash, you run away looking at the wall. We call this nitro wall in North America. This is nitro. The reason why you turn when you run to deny door is because if they're doing a door rush, they'll be flashing mini, or if they're trying to drop vent, they'll be flashing mini. Until you get to like here, this is when you turn around, and then you peek door. If they're running outdoor, they're full blind, running through smoke. You don't have to worry about anyone backdoor trying to shoot you because they're smoked off, and you're able to just isolate 1v1s on them running outdoor. This is a way that you can deny door as well. There's a lot of ways you can deny door, but this is just an example. Again, with the hut smoke, is it useful? No. You don't have time to rotate here and hold ramp. As long as you don't try and fight this, you're fine. Yeah, so, I mean, you should be able to tell off the audio cue of where this guy kills your teammate that you do not have time. You hear that guy shooting, like, somewhere over here. It's actually right on him through the wall. But you hear him shooting from somewhere over here. This means they're committed into ramp, which means you don't have time to rotate in. So I would probably either, like, drop down the ladder and do the thing I was talking about before, hold for the ramp push, or come over here, hold for the ramp push. Dropping into CT, or, like, playing around here and holding ramp push is not a bad idea, by the way. This is a thing that, like, players do. You go here and you just jiggle. Or you back up and you sit here. You just check. Check. And, like, this seems cringe, but it's goated. If someone tries to flank hell, it's free. Yeah. So you just don't have time to try and fight ramp. And if you die, look at what happens, right? Now they could be hell. Now they could be flanking and everything. It's not worth it. If you guys are running ramp. So yes, I was talking to my mom. One sec. Ah, you're messing up. You're messing up here. So when you go ramp, you want to make a definitive call. Do we drop B or do we just take fights and try and wrap hell? Right now, you're playing like you want to wrap hell, but your teammates are playing like they want to drop B. So just a call needs to come out. Instead of going all the way over here to hold this guy, play a little closer. So that if one of the CTs overstep and over peek, you can just peek, fight with your teammate, and punish on like a little 1 or 2 second timing. And then you can, after you get this kill, you can check. Because if you die to a guy on the ramp shooting you, teammate trades. Right. Yeah, they don't know about you. Take your time on that shot. Definitely just take your time on that shot. I think they're about to kill your teammate, right? Or no? Yeah, they were. So you kind of wanted to rush the shot, but you can tell that guy's moving. Take your time. Yeah, take your time on that. This is a full save, so I'm going to skip. You guys won that round? Wait, you have an M4, so you got kills that round. Hold on, I'm going back. How does this happen? How do you guys win a 3v5 with Glocks? Okay, M4, smoke right in front of you. Teammate gets kill ramp. You shut door. Push ramp. I don't know how I feel about running away from this because you have a teammate in lobby. I would probably just stay here. Right, and you almost guarantee get this kill because this guy's not going to be able to kill unless he's a good player, but just forgets about your teammate. He's mini. You wait a little bit. This is good. I don't like going back lobby. I don't think it's the worst, but alright, how you guys win that round? Your mini molly could be better. Yeah, so you're waiting for the door to get naded before you release the molly, but as the nade is about to nade the door, you might as well molly, right? Because right now you're throwing the molly when they could be peeking you. So throw the nade, wait like a second, and then rip the molly before the door's blown open, because it's going to be blown open in the duration that your molly is flying through the door. Small thing, but it's definitely worth it because this is all about timing. You don't want to get peeked with a molly out, and if a CT has a good spawn or they run boosted or something, there's a chance that happens. And you don't want to throw the molly too wide. You want to bank it off of this, so it burns this part of mini. Because if the molly is wide like the one that you threw, they have a little gap where they could still like sit here and hold door, whereas if you throw it in mini, they have to be either in this corner or like back over here. One sec, Schmidt. I'll read your message in a sec. So, oh, yeah. Call what you're smoking before you throw it. Just because I don't think you guys would have double smoked door if you did. This is also kind of a mistake by you for pathing. So... on B site, you want to take either double, like control, or you want to take... yeah, you pretty much just always want to take control. Even if it's against pistols. The reason why is because they could just open the door and run out and kill your planner. If you're going up here to hold it, that's fine. But you guys are just split up. I think you guys just have to make a decision. I don't think you always have to take control. This is what I'm trying to say. Is you don't always have to take control. Probably 90% of the time you should. But if you're not going to, then all of you guys need to be playing on site. You don't want to just send one guy into control just to try and hold it because it's a 1v1 for free, which is when you're man up. You don't want to give up a free 1v1, which is essentially what's happening right now. All right, that's why this guy dies. All right, free 1v1. So that's more your teammate's fault. But then you could also say, knowing that now, you could say, don't take control, let's play for sight. Yeah, you overexposed yourself. Your teammates are also trolling, but you definitely overexposed yourself a bit. So because your teammate has all of ramp, you don't have to worry about ramp. Which means, what's a good spot to go to? Here. Right. You're holding glass run out. If anyone's running out double, low chance they clear this. If you're playing better players, they will clear this, but you basically turn like two angles into one. Right? This and this. Whereas here you have to like flick back, look under, flick at door, right? It's a bit harder. Does your teammate win this, though? They should have no kits. This guy's trolling, running ramp. He kind of has to. No kit, so don't fight. Yeah, you guys won. This is also something you should be calling as well. If you know that other team is full save, just, like... it's pretty safe to say no kit, and it will generally help your teammates, like, play the situation better. So again, with the molly... yeah, you throw it before the door pops. Good. But yeah, throw it a little bit further, in my opinion. Or try and get it more right. But this is still a better molly than the one that you threw before. In my opinion. Aha. So, this is a good scenario to analyze. So you get smoked off door like this. You need to think to yourself, like, what does this smoke mean? This smoke is gonna be, or did you throw this? Did they throw two door smokes? I think this guy smoked door and this guy smoked deep. So what does this smoke mean? It means that they might be trying to go into door, which means if they're pressuring door, what does their ramp look like? Okay, because if they're trying to like fight towards door or push into door, it means either their ramp is weak or their outside is weak. Right? Generally speaking, if you're playing against good players and the A players are trying to pressure into lobby, do you think they're going to be fighting outside at the same time as pushing into lobby? They shouldn't be, because then their numbers are spread too thin. Because if they're fighting outside, then they should be doing it with at least two people. If they're trying to take lobby control, one guy pushing into door is going to be weak, so it's probably two, or it should be two. It's like, this is a very weird scenario. This is what I'm trying to say. It's a very weird scenario that they smoke this deep door. But what's your plan off of it? Are you going to wait it out? Are you going to try and pressure ramp as that's going on? Are you going to go back outside? Right? What's the decision here? It's not the worst thing to sit back lobby and just like pretty much AFK and then clear door after the smoke fades. But like, I just wouldn't give up your position, because think of what your teammates are doing. You have a guy running top silo, you have a guy running close mini wall, you have a guy pressuring ramp shooting, and you're shooting through the smoke. So what this means is they know the info on 4 of you guys. There's no reason for you to really spam this. Like, yeah, you could potentially get a kill, but like, it's not worth giving up the info, because now if a guy pushes door, he might have not been accounting for someone back lobby. Now he will. right? There's not really a point of shooting here. It's a very weird scenario. I hope you know, like, I'm not trying. I am trying to find things wrong, right? Because I'm trying to help you improve. But it is a very weird scenario. So, like, I could understand if you're a little hesitant here. So you throw a vent lurk smoke. I honestly kind of like that. But you also didn't clear door. He could still be back door. He isn't, but he could be. Running. Do we need to run here? So think of what control we have. We have a guy flanking heaven. We have a guy close mini wall. We have a guy running out hut. What are the options? There's still 2 players alive. So unless they doubled ramp, there's still a outside player or a ramp player alive. Or an outside player or a player alive, because there should be one towards ramp. So I would probably go a little bit slower. I'd probably like walk through the smoke, because that gives more time for your heaven guy to flank. It gives more time for your mini guy to like clear mini. And there very well could be a CT sitting in the vent ready to pop up trying to kill you, or close door in the smoke, and now he knows you ran out door, which he probably should know. This is just such a weird round. What elo for this demo? Level 6. Planning for heaven is really good because you have a guy heaven. This is good. Now what's your job in the post plant? You have a guy holding lobby, right? You have a guy holding lobby. You have a guy holding outside. So your job is kind of just play bomb. The only options here really that aren't being held is like vent-ish, mini-ish. Because it can't be T-spawn flank. So you don't really have a job here. I'm not going to lie. Your job is kind of just like play bomb. But I could tell you kind of like, you were like roaming around not really knowing what your job is. Which would make sense because you don't really have a job there. But just try and realize that, I guess. Because if you don't know what your job is there in like a very easy scenario, outside's covered, ramp is covered, heaven is covered, vents covered. Like, just look at your minimaps, think of what you have, try and figure out what your job is. Right? Because that's a pretty easy scenario. It's like everything's covered. What's my job? I don't really have one. Right? You didn't even have to figure out like the intricacies of how to hold your job, right? If your job was holding ramp, do I hold off angle? Do I do it? Like, you know, there's a ton of options within the job that you have in that round. But it took a long time for you to even identify what your job is in that round. So that is something that could definitely help. Yep, pistols outside. You go top marsh. This is good. Knife out. Good. This is fine. Break glass. You broke the wrong glass. So this glass is the glass for maybe heaven smoke, silo molly, silo flashes. Top hut molly needs to go through this glass. So as you're running, you do this pretty much every round. If you're like generally speaking in pugs, your teammates won't do this because they're noobs. Just try and break the glass. Try and break all the glass, and you can do it while you're running. You can running Glock this glass because the Glock is like accurate. Just spam a whole clock clip at the glass, this glass, and then this glass, and they generally will break. This is heaven smoke. I like this lineup. Oh, we missed it. So you broke the right glass for what you're trying to do. I think you're throwing the molly. Yeah, you're throwing it from too far back. You need to throw it from closer. So the lineup is on the side, not in the back. And if you have your own lineup, then sure. But this is the easier lineup. Going here and then doing pretty much the same exact lineup. Just make sure a little bit right, because in CS2, this is now something that nades can bounce off of, this little pole. So just make sure to go a little bit right on your lineup, and it will go through. It also stinks because you wanted to do A pressure off of that, but now you just threw like one flash. So it kind of sucks. Yeah, so you're not doing your own lineup on the floor. You just need to go to the left side of the silo. That's all. Need to line up right here. You drop down outside. You have bomb. So think of the info we have here. So the info we have is there's a guy right here. I don't think we killed both A players. That's why there's still a guy alive. So in your head right now, what you should be thinking, I'm assuming, knowing that there is an A player alive, you should know this. Unless, you know, you got like 2 kills on A site and you think both A players alive, but then the mini player would be alive unless you kill the mini player. And it's like ramp and opper. That's really the only scenario where you don't know that this guy is towards A. But once you have the info on this guy, you could split A, but knowing there's an A player alive might not be the best idea. So I would probably wait for this guy to get info on the second guy and then make your plan. But I wouldn't try and force this fight on the outside guy. You run back, you walk, good. Nice. Now you know that last guy was towards outside, probably Heaven. Heaven Molly missed. Good, your teammate smokes mini. Don't run, there's no point. It's just too much info. So let's look at the info you gave up in this post plant. This guy made noise jumping top hut, like on the Tetris box. You run all the way to Asia. This is super straightforward. If he's like walking around mini, like over here, he'll hear you. If he's in mini, he'll hear you. You shift your position. Where'd you shift your position? You're now in the mini smoke. Not a terrible decision. It's info. You're info gathering in a 3v1. You could play safer and almost guarantee the round, but it's not the worst to try and push mini. Now you just have info. Marco watching my demos? Of course, Johnny. I don't think I was watching it fast because I was fast forwarding, but I don't think you were ready for this fight, even though you were peeking it. So the things we're going to look at is crosshair placement. Yeah, you weren't ready for this. So your crosshair placement was bad, and you shift walk peeked it. And I know from watching the earlier part of this demo, you know how to peek angles. You know how to strafe peek angles, right? This is just laziness. This is just laziness. If you haven't seen him already, what are the options? He's going to be saving, right? So he's going to be saving big garage. If he was big garage as well, right? If he was somewhere back here, he'd probably die. So you also shift walk peek that. You were holding CT cross. He didn't cross CT. So either he's in CT, he's crossing late, or he's not there. So what are the things you have to worry about? Credit card, maybe like unbreakable. Secret, big garage, red. Right. So, and this is not hard. This is not something that's like, you know, you have to, oh, wow, this is a super high level concept. It's just like, where do we think he is? So just don't shift walk peek this next time. Be more ready for it. That's why you died. It's not like, yes, your crosshair placement was bad. Yes, you didn't adjust well and your aim wasn't great there, but you didn't set yourself up for the fight correctly. So it's not even worth really like trying to like analyze your aim there. Don't make noise on the ladder. If you want to go up the ladder quickly, do the ladder movement thing, where you look at, you're going up the ladder correctly, you're holding W and D, but if you're going to go up, instead of walking up the ladder, just tap it, right, and do this. Oh, wait, hold on. If you tap W and D, this is like the ladder movement thing, you go up silently and faster. So you just like tap, 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 go up. And also when you come up here, shift walk, jump onto the ladder. So when you connect with the ladder, you're shift walking, right? And if you jump, you would hit the ladder like right here. And then you just do tap, tap. And then you're here. Instead of, you know, shift walking up and then being like, oh, I gotta, you know, I gotta get up quick in case they push hut. So there's just a better way you could go about that. You heard one drop door or hut. Good. No one else pushes. Eee, super, super risky, man. So think of if they double pushed hut. So if there was a second guy hut, he'd probably be peeking you right now. Or he would be sitting in hut, getting ready to peek you. If that happens, you drop, you make noise dropping. If he is in hut, what does this prompt him to do? He knows where you are now. He will peek and try and isolate you. You have a molly out. If he's in hut, and he hears you running towards hut, he's going to be holding the angle. If he sees that you mollied, he knows you don't have your gun out. This molly would also prompt him to peek you, and you don't have your gun out. So if there was a second guy in hut baiting his teammate, you die.
is essentially what you're saying here. There's just no point in mollying, especially in a 5v3. All you have to do is just sit and hold, wait for them to grief into you. There's just no point in this molly. And the reason why players will throw this molly, by the way, oh, this is unfortunate. You shouldn't be peeking in a 5v3 with no trades, by the way. You're not tradable here. The reason why people will throw the molly off this wall is to clear hut, right? They won't run through it. They'll standing throw it, so it bounces in all here. Makes the hut player have to make a decision. Do I push into lobby or do I fall back to A site? And because he's in hut and the molly burns everything, you'll hear him tick too, so you get info on it. So it's probably better to just sit here, hold. If you want a molly, go ahead. If you don't want to, it's fine too. And you can go to an angle like this. This is a really good off angle to hold hut from. This is another way you can default hut instead of going blacktop. Is you sit against this wall and you just hold for the re-aggro. And the reason why this angle is good is because you guys are both like equidistant from the angle. You might be a little bit closer, but it's a left eye peek from them. And generally when, unless you're playing a good player, when people peek this, they won't expect this off angle. They'll see no one's in this corner and then they'll go to peek deeper into lobby. Right. So if you hold this off angle, it's a really good way to catch people off guard. If you're playing against better players, this is a really common angle. So you kind of have to be conscious when you hold this angle. And you want to hold an off angle. You don't want to hold here, right? Because some players will get into here. Hold like an off angle like this, right? Where you don't see the E-box and you just hold something like this. This is a really good off angle. Or you could hold halfway E-box because people will walk in. There's a lot of different off angles you can play on there, but as long as you're playing an off angle. And here as well. So when you're in a man-up scenario, how do you lose these rounds? You give away 1v1s because percentage-wise, 2v1s, 3v1s, the people with the 2 or 3 people alive are generally going to be the people winning. So if you give away 1v1s and it's like a 50-50, you actually trying to force it out hut is actually bad for you because there's so many angles you have to clear. That's why you're going to die, because you're looking over here trying to clear Mustang, but you're getting peeked from heaven. Not only is this now a 50-50 in a round we're in a 5v3, but it's not even a 50-50. It's more like 20-80 that you get this kill. 20% you get the kill, 80% you die. And look where your teammates are. Back lobby, ramp, door, outside. You shouldn't be taking a fight right now. Yeah, he's doing exactly what he should do. You should have died there. If you're playing good players, you die there. I mean, you got info. There's 2 towards A now. If you take ramp, your teammate already has ramp. Don't flash. Yeah, so this is also griefing as well. Your teammate walked all the way through ramp. They don't know that you went ramp. Yes, you sprinted it, but they don't know there's a guy pushing hell. If you flash, what do they know now? There's a guy pushing hell. It could just be a flash while you're trying to like cross ramp, but why would anyone flash that if they're trying to cross ramp? That smoke is also bad. Just rip it into this corner. That smoke is going to give him like a lurk smoke door. So 2 single. You don't have control. Nice. Nice, but you have better options here. So jump on the railing and jump up here. You already have a guy holding control. You don't have to worry about it. If they come out single, you can just turn around and hold single. If they open door, turn around and kill. You see their legs, they don't see you. If they come out single, you see their legs, they don't see you. This is like a power position. If you have a guy in control and you have ramp control, which you do, going top silo, it's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Nade on door, molly on mini. You're throwing it before the door nade blows up. That's good. Just a heads up. Can they see you in CS2 here? In CSGO, they could. Yeah, they can see you here. If you're playing good players, they'll check for this. And then you just get mollied, naded, and die. Nice shot. I don't really think that spot's worth jiggling, because if you jiggle and they see you, like if you're jiggling and then you tuck back, if they see you on the jiggle, let's say you're playing an angle like this, and because you're close to the angle, it's more likely that they see them and or they see you and you don't see them. So if there's a possibility that there's someone wide like Asia right here and they see you jiggle, which is definitely a thing. If you jiggle but then sit back in it, you get molly naded. So you saw him and you repeaked and like it was good in this scenario, but I don't like jiggling that.
A good angle that you can play if you want to force a fight on the door, guys, you jump up here because this is an off angle. People will swing looking at where you are, right? The little back thing. But if you're up here, this is kind of a hard shot. And it's an off angle. And they have light right here. So it's like they're like highlighted for you. So it's like an easy kill. This is an extremely common angle to hold hut. If they push hut, what do you think is the first thing they're clearing? This. So, very Off angles will generally be better for holding this. You go up blacktop. Or you go up T roof. Why though? Yeah. you got up there and you're like, wait, why am I here? Again, if they're in hut, what does the flash do? It prompts them to peek you. If they peek you, what happens? You die. So like you want to consider like all the options for your job, right? So your job right now is holding hut. What are the options? They could be in hut. They could be playing A site. They could be top hut. They could be anywhere other than in hut, right? But the most dangerous thing about dealing with hut is if there is a guy in hut. So if there's a guy in hut, you want to account for that first and then do whatever you want to do, right? And then start considering like, oh, if they're A site, I'll flash, right? But if they're in hut and you flash out hut to flash A site, you die. It's just risky for no reason, right? The first thing you should consider is if they're in hut, what happens to me if I do this? If there's a high % chance I die if they're in hut and I'm doing what I'm doing, probably bad. Just deal with that like percentage first, then start thinking about what you want to do next. And don't get like the next game you go into, try this. But don't try and do it for like every scenario. Like, yes, you probably should do it for every scenario. In an ideal world, you do it for every scenario. But because this might be a new concept to you, don't overwhelm yourself. If you try and apply all this stuff immediately, then you're going to get flustered and there's going to be too many things to consider and you're going to like psych yourself out. So yeah, try and ease into this is what I'm trying to say. Nice. I think you may have cleared wrong there, but you going out hut, your timing was good. Yeah, so you're doing everything a little slow. So, check mini, check door, instantly turn around and look at top hut. What's the most common thing a top hut guy is going to do when he's holding door? Check. Check. Especially if he's alone. Checks this, checks this, checks this, right? If you're not being held by top hut, this is another thing. If he is top hut, what is he doing? If he's not holding you immediately, he's probably going to check it. And this does kind of seem like hindsight. But again, right? Can you do this quicker? Yes. Can you do it quickly enough to the point where if he's jiggling you door or he's timing spotting you door, you can be holding him? Yes. Check. Check. Can't be nitro wall because your teammates are at hut. So check. Check. And if you didn't think he could be top hut because you had teammates out A site, that's fine. He still can be. There's scenarios where this guy could just be holding you and your teammates don't see him, but yeah. I wouldn't pre-fire it. Also, the molly your teammate threw I think was bad. It was good. I just wouldn't pre-fire it. I think there's not really a point. So you got a kill. Where did you get the kill? Was it A? You got to kill A. There was a guy mini still. I'm pretty sure you were aware of this guy. Not 100% sure, but if you kill an A player, what does it mean? Their A is probably weak. Having a guy rotated in, so it's actually not, but percentage-wise, it probably will be weak. You probably want to smoke on top of this molly and try and force it out A. Okay, it didn't actually fall out. Why does everyone love smoking hut, man? So, ramp is actually a good idea here. You just showed bomb at A. You killed an A player, so everything should be pulling the CTs towards A. So this is good. I don't know if I'd stay. If you want to stay, you want to play a super, super, super late lurk.
I wouldn't do this. Good kill. I wouldn't do that, though. I'd play an angle like this. Play like an off angle here. Because what's the first thing? This angle that this guy is clearing is like... I guess actually this is kind of an off angle, even though it's like flush with the angle. He really should be clearing this. It is kind of an off angle, so I think it might actually be okay. I just don't like playing in spots and being flush with an angle because generally speaking, that is what they're clearing, right? That's kind of unfortunate. Did you know that he was control? I don't think you did. You did. Just don't molly it. I think that's the biggest thing. When you're peeking with a molly out, you're just exposing yourself with a molly out for no reason. Where you think the guy is. You're mollying control because you think he's control. So, should you peek it with a molly out? It's too risky. Definitely too risky. Okay, let's think about this. If you nade door, what do you have? You have bomb. Do you want to take fights if you nade door? No. Door lurk smoke. You're not peeking with bomb. This is fine. Yeah, throw your door lurk smoke a little bit further just because you smoke door for them. And also, easy lineup for smoking door. You align yourself with this right here, and you aim between this arrow and the storage sign. You just come over here and you run throw. What it will do is it will bounce off this, and then bounce into like here. Old school door smoke. Oh, they're in ramp. Yeah, good molly. Yep. Be more ready for it, though. It's not bad to, like, check hut as you're doing this, because it's actually good you checked hut, because what's most likely to happen if there is a guy in hut when you molly ramp? He's going to look at you. But I think it might be more, especially if you're not exposed to this angle, it's more likely, or not more likely, but the... I'm trying to think how to word this. The most dangerous thing in this scenario is the guy that you know is getting mollied out. Now look for hut aggro. This is when you would look for hut aggro. If they're in hut, when you're shooting his ramp guy, this is when he'd peek. Nice shot. Ooh, I like this play. Go up the heaven ladder too. Definitely. Instead of walking around. Good. Did you do the ladder movement there? I think you did the ladder movement there. Yep, you did. You're doing it a little slow. Like you're hitting your keys a little bit too fast, but still good. Crosshair placement. This is a scenario that's really awkward. Every time I'm on like a heaven flank, because I do this play, if I get ramp control, and I think I can do this. What you should do is you should come up the ladder, crouch, come back over here, and then like start jiggling out these angles. Or just, you know, like strafe peeking these angles. Once you get to like here, standing do it, by the way. You like check the headshot angle, check right side silo, check top hut. Right? Check door, back up a bit, check mini, check Asia. Could be a guy holding you underneath. If he's holding you from underneath, this is an awkward fight for him, so I just look at Asia instead. If he tries to shoot me, then I just like kill him. I strafe back and I play the headshot angle, I kill him. You shift walk out, go all the way around here, right? And then you drop on the blue box and cross the site, plant silo. That's how I would play it. But right now, with what you're doing, do you think there's going to be a guy Mustang this late into the round? It's worth checking, but like, again, jiggle it out. Right, jiggle, 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 jiggle. Crouch hold this. Crouch hold this because this is a pixel angle. You want yourself to be exposed as little as possible. If they peek this, this is like free meat. Free meat to be shooting at right now. That spam, because it's at this wide angle, I don't think goes through. If it was flush,
Like if you're going straight through the wall, then I think it would go through. But because you're going at an angle, it has more wall to travel through, and I don't think it goes through. Yeah, it doesn't. See, you were spamming down here. I think you should also use this flash a bit better as well. Yeah, so this is what you could do. Right? There was a guy mini. You have a guy red. Yo, I'll flash mini for you. I'll flash mini for you. Yeah, go ahead, do it. You throw this flash. That guy's full blind. It's just you're throwing the flash for, like, pressure when you could be throwing it for a kill. No, trade that guy. No, 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 no. You do not back up off that. The reason why is because look at this. We haven't killed ramp player yet. This guy just got a kill in mini, which means he can't fight this angle if you come out and try and clear this guy. So clear this guy. He's also in the open, and even though it's kind of like a weird angle, you're close to the angle, he's further away. Because he's against the wall, it's very easy to spot him. It's I like this fight. I honestly really like this fight. I think it's kind of misleading from the CTs thinking it's good. It's good for like one, but then once the Ts know you're there, it's like pretty easy. You shouldn't be running away off of this. Yeah. Because the only player that is unknown right now is the ramp player. And you're going ramp alone with a guy lurked outdoor with an Opera who was hut with you. It's probably better to just go out hut there. Yeah, I think this is, you lose this round, right? Yeah, that's the end of the game. So, yeah, biggest things from this demo is definitely the peeking. You shift walk peeked a lot of stuff. Knowing your job in a lot of scenarios, playing CT side, molly door, then nade hut. Try your hardest not to smoke hut. If you feel like you need to, do it. But it's generally speaking going to be useless. T side, you honestly did fine on T side. There are a couple things, like for holding hut. If there is a guy in hut, when would he peek you? It seemed like every time if there was a guy in hut, when they were throwing util, you weren't, or when you were throwing util, you wouldn't have been ready for him to peek you. Even though playing in hut is like pretty common. You're just lucky they didn't do it. Everything else I feel like I talked about in the demo review. But yeah, crosshair placement, strafe peeking angles, and the little nuances, like when you're heaven trying to kill that guy top hut, jiggle out the angles. When you don't know where they are, jiggling out angles is generally going to be better than shift walk peeking into all angles at once. But yeah, I think that's it.